Hey guys, welcome back again to JkSports podcast. We got some different stuff to talk to you guys about today. It's Tuesday when we're recording this. It's probably going to come out no, it's Monday, so it's going to come
Monday.
out
Monday. It'll come
anyway.
out Tuesday. Yeah.
Tell them what we're talking about today.
Yeah. So we're just going to touch real quick on that UFC fight. It was pretty crazy. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the Baltimore and Kansas City trade. Then we're going to talk about Fields falling down draft boards. Talk about who we might think would trade up for him and maybe why. And if it makes sense even. And then, the 49ers are kind of the talk of the draft right now. Rumor has it they got their pick narrowed down to 2. Whatever. We'll see what happens with that, but we're going to spend some time on that as well. So just moving in here. Cody, you want to touch on the UFC real quick?
Yeah, so I was talking to Joey about this before. I actually didn't catch the fight live or anything like that. I didn't do pay-per-view. I had a lot of other stuff going on. So I just pretty much caught the highlights and everything. And I was telling him it's a brutal knockout.
It's brutal.
It's a brutal knockout. I'm just pull it up for the sake of watching it one more time live here. Oh, let me just do this.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, that's later. Don't worry about that.
Oh, you got some more screen sharing stuff for me? More slideshows for me?
Yeah, right here, though. This is just a little. I'll give the credit.
Oof. Yeah, man, that was brutal. I'm not a big Masvidal fan. Masvidal is like a really popular fighter, but you can just look at their body types, man. Like, he's not big enough for Usman. Usman is huge in comparison. And this BMF belt, I don't care about that. The baddest mother effer belt, I don't care about that. I get he's popular. He's entertaining. He's looking like 170-pound Conor McGregor with a ponytail at this point.
You're right. And I want to point something out too. Watch this one part here, bro. It's super funny. The way whoever put this video together, you're hilarious because the way they cut this is they show him smirking real quick,
smirking and dancing,
and dancing, and then the next clip, literally the edit jumps to him getting smoked, just real quick. Watch.
Boom.
That's really funny to me.
Bro, so Masvidal, I know their first fight was kind of weird because I think he had to cut weight later. I don't remember, but I know something was a little funny about it where he took the fight late. But he said he didn't feel the power, so he was confident he could handle his shots.
Yeah.
Well, you're not getting a third chance, and you shouldn't have been doing that. So because you're not getting a third shot, you're pretty much got to hope someone else beats him.
Yeah. I don't think. Good luck. He's probably gonna just abandon it before somebody beats him. I was also saying that I remember Dana White. I heard read an article that he said he called Usman maybe one of the best to ever do it pound for pound fighters. Definitely right now he's probably the best pound for pound fighter in the world.
He might be. John Jones fans. I mean, John Jones is a beast too. But
170, that's great. It's crazy because this guy looks so ridiculous. I weigh over 170.
But his legs are really tiny though. That's how he makes that 170. But what was I saying? Conor McGregor, man, trying to stay in the spotlight. How about you just focus on beating Poirier?
Yeah.
You see him tweet out hey, he's stealing my shots. You might have to fight him next. Bro, come on, man.
Love you.
I love Conor McGregor too, man. But you need to just chill out for a minute. Anyway, that's all we really wanted to touch on because we're not experts or anything. We're just fans with too much time on our hands. So moving on, Baltimore KC trade, man. So over the weekend, Baltimore gave their tackle Orlando Brown to Kansas City. And I didn't think they'd get a first for him, but the way the compensation works, it's almost like Kansas City traded back 20 spots in the draft.
Yeah.
And gave up some later round picks, got a later round pick. It works out to being I don't know, a mid-second or something like that. I'm not an expert on the draft board points, but I don't know, man. I don't think Orlando Brown's that great of a tackle, but I also am just what are you doing, Baltimore, at the same time?
I like the trade more for Baltimore than I did Kansas City, I guess, because you brought up a really good point too when you were saying, is Orlando Brown Jr. an immediate, like, is he better than just drafting Tevin Jenkins or whatever in the first round? Is he better than that? And I don't think he is really. Like, I mean, I guess you're banking on him becoming more than that, but yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to pay Brown here pretty soon, right?
I don't know. I don't have to look at.
I think so. But yeah, I mean, so you like the trade for Baltimore. I kind of like the trade for Kansas City because Baltimore loses a tackle, Kansas City gains a tackle. Even if the dude's mediocre, you're out of tackle and I'm up a tackle. And if Baltimore, like, I had what I had to say about Baltimore, but if you really want to compete, like, why are you trading assets to Kansas City?
Yeah, in the AFC, yeah. I guess if you're
not just in the AFC, but you're trading assets to what what Baltimore probably considers their fiercest rival right now.
Yeah,
even though they can't beat them. You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing that? It just seems like an odd move to me.
I mean, I think because I know that he wanted to leave. That was that was why they were moving him. It's because he was not happy in Baltimore. He wanted out. So
I'd have moved him for a third to, I don't know, somewhere else, man.
Yeah, you just don't want to give him anything. I get it.
Yeah, I don't want to give him anything.
But that'll shake things up. I guess they're all in on getting a receiver with one of those 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And Kansas City now has a whole plug, and they don't have to hope a tackle falls. Because I've seen some mock drafts. We had Tevin Jenkins going 31, and we both think he's like a really good, ready-to-play prospect. I saw a mock draft where he went as high as like 18. So, like, wow. you just never know how the draft falls, man. So, Kansas City shores up a major weakness. Baltimore gets an extra first-round pick to take. I don't know, man. Elijah Moore, maybe. I don't know. Rashad Bateman. But anyway, yeah, let's keep moving here. We're gonna stay football the rest of the time. Justin Fields, man. Justin Fields is falling down draft boards. What's the deal here?
You know why. They came out and after the interview and stuff today, pretty much he's out of the running for the 49ers at 3.
Yeah. And that's the report.
Now you're hearing people talk about maturity issues or something like that. I don't know where that comes from, but
he's got the epilepsy thing that came out before the weekend, right? I was like before the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know why he would be falling down boards. Ohio State guy, maybe, like, just the read thing, which I find to be mostly unfounded that he can't get through reads. Justin Fields can get through reads, okay? Let me just say this. Ohio State runs an option route system, right? So, like, you have to wait to see what your receiver's doing based on the coverage. So, like, Justin Fields is staring at Chris Olave for 10 yards, and it's like, all right, is he going in or out? So it looks like he's staring at a receiver, but he's waiting for the options to break open.
Yeah.
This is not the NFL with Tom Brady and Julian Edelman, who just, like, run their own routes because based on the coverage. You know what I mean? Like, these people don't know each other that well. So he's waiting to see what Olave is seeing, and then, or whatever receiver is. So he's not staring down receivers, and he gets through progressions. And I don't know where this behavioral or maturity thing comes from, because, like, everything Ohio State has to say is positive.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else is saying stuff or who else would even know.
It's got to be. It's probably
Georgia.
It's
people from Georgia, maybe.
It's a smear campaign from Mac Jones' manager, probably. No, but honestly, like, I wouldn't even be shocked if Justin Fields ends up being the best quarterback in this draft. But there is just something, man. Like, I don't know.
It depends on where he goes, just like every other quarterback. Like, I'm not even sold that Trevor Lawrence is going to come out and be the best quarterback. Being the best prospect is not the same as being the best quarterback. Prospect and quarterback different. It's why I have Trey Lance for me as my number 2, because I view him as a better prospect. I have him as a better prospect than some of the other people who may be better players at this point.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about this too, about how, like, the arm, the thing, like, because Trey Lance, that's like what he possesses. He's got that arm. And the thing is that is, like, what we've seen so far is, like, with, like, Josh Allen and stuff, or Patrick Mahomes, is these guys, like, refining their craft, like their accuracy, pocket awareness and stuff, but they already have the arm. And it seems like that is like what's been able to be built upon. And that's like what's working for these guys. Justin Herbert, another guy, has the arm. So it's like he's probably the higher upside, but
I mean, he's definitely, I don't think anyone argues the higher upside thing. And that almost is what drives me insane, is that nobody's arguing that Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson all have higher upside than a guy like Mac Jones. But they're like, Mac Jones is just the high ceiling, the safe pick. There is no safe pick. All right. There is no such thing.
He's the high
floor. The high floor. That's what I meant. The high floor. There's just no safe pick, man. There's no safe pick.
Not when it comes to quarterback. No.
Yeah, and I'm not going to start my Mac Jones smear campaign right now, and I have plenty to say on him because we're still talking about Justin Fields. But it's just like when you have a chance to take a blue chipper, right? A guy that's always been viewed as a top-notch recruit, number 2 quarterback out of high school. He was the number 2 quarterback going into the draft before the year started.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they had that weird shortened season that kind of threw things off, which is totally understandable. But on the biggest game of the year, what did he do? Like, he showed out.
Yeah, he
showed out. And now he's falling down draft boards. And he broke his ribs and didn't have a great national championship. But what do you expect? I mean, the guy's ribs are broken. I'm
going to be rooting for him no matter where he goes, I think, honestly, even if he goes to the Broncos. And I don't really like the Broncos. But I'm going to be rooting for him. I know he, like, struggled when he went to Georgia after, like, having, like, after coming out as such that, like, one of the best guys in high school, one of the best recruits. So, but he worked and, made it happen at Ohio State. So I'll be rooting for him no matter where he goes.
He's not going to fall out of the top 10 to me. Someone's moving up to get him. Yeah. So the Broncos are sitting there at 9, and I think they'll have to move up to get him because someone will move up to 8.
Yeah.
Who's at 7? Detroit? If I'm Detroit, I'm moving back hard.
Me too. And you know
what I mean?
I'm calling, like the first people I'm calling. And we know we are the New England Patriots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They want to move into the top 10.
Cam Newton would be the perfect guy for Justin Fields to sit behind if that's the route they take.
Yeah.
They can run a fairly similar type of offense. Cam Newton's more like a power run guy. But they can do a lot of the same stuff. And when Cam Newton was younger, he was, an athletic mobile quarterback. That's what he used to do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I don't think a quarterback's going to fall to the Patriots for sure. They're going to have to trade up. And if I'm Detroit, I'm immediately if the Niners take Mac Jones, basically, that means trade. You got to lift him up a little more.
Shouts out
the Niners take
my roommate's dog, Zazu, right here.
If the Niners take Mac Jones, man, that means Trey Lance and Justin Fields are now falling a little bit.
Yeah.
If I'm Atlanta, I'm swiping up Trey Lance, letting him sit behind Matt Ryan. Then you got Cincinnati. No. Then you got, and I don't think Cincinnati's moving that pick because they want one of those top guys. Dolphins, same thing. I don't move out of that pick. I want Kyle Pitts. I want Jamar Chase. You know what I mean? Then you're at 7. Now you got the Jalen Waddles, the Rashawn Slaters, those types of guys, kind of that second tier of top-notch prospect, right? Like the 1Bs to the 1As.
Yeah.
I'm moving that pick. I'm moving 7, and I'm getting as much as I can so to let someone come up and take Fields or take Lance. Mm-hmm. So I think you might have to go up as high as 7, right?
I actually think you're right. Well, you have to where the Broncos pick again?
9.
You need to get in front of the Broncos if you want to take a quarterback. You just do. And somebody,
if I'm the Broncos, I'm true trading up to 7. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, you're trying to move too. And it's like the Bengals to me are at such an interesting spot because I read this take and today, and I was like, because I'm very worried about the Bengals like maybe taking Jamar Chase or something, and the Dolphins being left with no Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase on the board. But I was like, you would be stupid if you're the Bengals to not protect Joe Burrow. Who cares? You can have all the weapons in the world. If you have no offensive line, he's going to get smashed, going to get hurt again. Like, you need to protect him. So they want to draft. They should draft an offensive lineman. And the thing is, if they trade out of 5 to like, I don't know, to 7, 8, 9, I still think you're going to get one of the top tackles. You're going to get Rashawn Slater or
Slater.
So why not? why not trade? Like, I think they should be open for calls. You know what I mean? Think about actually Sewell is he's the better run blocker too, so it makes sense because Zach Taylor, the coach of the Bengals,
they extended Joe Mixon last year, right?
Yeah, and but I'm saying like the scheme that he ran, you know, he's like a disciple of Sean McVay and Shanahan and stuff. So like it's that zone run, like get a guy that can block, you know, can run block.
They don't have bad weapons either. So like, I mean, AJ Green, you can be like, oh, AJ Green's not there. Well, AJ Green hasn't really been there for like 4 years, basically.
No, Tyler Boyd, he's really
Tyler
good.
Boyd is a stud, man, and you know, he's more than capable of like carrying the load as a number one because he did it when Green was out. And then you can fill in the rest because how many teams in the league have like 2 or 3? That always blows my mind in draft rooms. Like people are like, oh, well, they have Julio Jones and they have Calvin Ridley, but they need this guy too. And it's like, no, you don't.
No.
So it's like, get the guy that can protect your quarterback and let Joe Burrow be the guy you think he is. And that is to be a truck, not a trailer, right? He can pull that team. That's what people think Burrow is. And that's what he looked like.
Yeah.
So
right. I think so.
If he's that truck, then protect him. But yeah. So yeah, what we're saying is if I'm Cincinnati, I'm trying to get a haul and try to make someone come up for Justin Fields.
I'm just trying to say that they're an option. They're a trade down option. I don't.
Didn't they say though that they don't want to move?
Yeah,
they want to be at 5, which is stupid to me. You got so many holes to fill.
Quality, it's like with the Dolphins trade, they could get the same quality of player a few picks down. Like, why not do it?
Yeah. I don't think it's like Penei Sewell and then Rashawn Slater. It's like this, you know.
Yeah, I think they're a lot closer than people realize.
Yeah, agree. But yeah. So trade ups for Justin Field. There's a couple of teams, Denver, New England. What do you think about a team maybe in the 20s if Fields falls to like, if Denver doesn't take him? Let's just say Denver's like, we love Drew Lock or we want Kellen Mond or Davis Mills in the later rounds. Is there a team in the 20
definitely
that would go up?
Absolutely. And at number 20 specifically, I'm looking at right now, Chicago, I'm telling you, they'll do anything, man. They have not.
They'll do anything.
They have nothing at quarterback. They have no one to develop right now. Like,
nope.
You have to like, I don't know, man. I would be desperate right now if I was them. I'd be trading like the next 2 firsts to move up or something. Like, just get one of the top 4 guys. I'd be making moves.
That's about what it takes, right? What did KC give up? Was it 2 firsts? Or it was a pick swap, right? And then a first to go from 22 to get Mahomes or 23 to get Mahomes at 11 or something or 10.
Yeah, I think if you're top, as long as you're top 10, you're walking away with one of the quarterbacks.
Extra, yeah.
Maybe not though. You might even have to be further than that. But
what about Washington? They're at 18?
Yeah, that's an option. No, they are 19.
19. Yeah, I was thinking Washington. So both of those guys are kind of right there. And didn't they say they like loved Trey Lance when there was some talk about maybe him slipping?
I think I do remember something like that.
They love Trey Lance. If you love Trey Lance, you probably you might not love, but you like a lot of what Justin Fields has to offer. And I think that they think they're a quarterback away. That's why you bring in Fitzmagic. Because
you're right.
Can get it done, right?
Because I think we already talked about them having like a sneaky chance at being pretty good this year because of moving to.
If you don't have a lot of holes to fill, you don't need 7, 8, 9 picks.
You're right.
You need to fill those spots with quality players, right? So I'll give up 2 firsts to go to 8, right? And take Justin Fields if I was
close. And especially in a division like that, like no one is really contending in that division.
It's up for grabs, dude. Just go get it.
So yeah, be aggressive, make the move. If you can make the playoffs consistently for the next 3 years, you're giving yourself a chance every year, all 3 of those years to make something happen. All you gotta do is get there.
Oh, bro, they get Justin Fields, and let's just say that they start him or they do to Fitzpatrick what they did with Tua and give him like 8 games. I think they can make the playoffs this year. They could take that division this year. You win a couple of games against the Cowboys, and they'll just hand you one anyway. You know what I mean? The Giants will hand you one.
You're right.
And then you go and take a couple. You got that division. So, yeah, the Bears, the Patriots, those are like the Bears in Washington, kind of that late 20s. And then, 15 New England and Denver. I'm desperate for a quarterback if I'm Denver because they are really, really close. They got great receivers.
Denver? Oh, dude. Denver has like a great team.
Yeah, they're great.
Minus a quarterback. Like they're going to do whatever they can to get a quarterback. They will. They'll take one of them. So you have to jump them somehow.
Yeah. All right. Let's you do have to jump Denver. But let's get down to number 3, right? Number 3, the 49ers. This is all I want to talk about. I'm just like filling airtime. The 49ers have the 3rd pick. They made this pick so that they could control their own destiny, right? They said in their press conference when they made the pick, we like 3 guys. There's 5 guys that are good enough to be starters in this draft. I think we all know who that is, right? Wilson, Lawrence, Lance, Fields, and Mac Jones. They said 3 guys they love, right? A lot of people are speculating that 3rd guy was Mac Jones. Right. Hope that's not the case. Now, they just had another press conference today saying that while they made the move up with 3 guys in mind, they think that 5 guys are in it right now. With the report coming out saying that it's down to 2. And the report is that Fields is out. So it's Jones and Lance. Yeah. What do you think the pick is and why?
Well, personally, I got to get into this real quick, but I'll share the screen really fast. No. And I actually found this. It leaked just like probably 15 minutes ago, right before we hopped on. And you didn't get a chance to see this yet, but it was a screenshot of the 4 people, the 4 people that it's kind of down to right now, actually, as far as quarterbacks go. Let's figure this out here.
Does San Fran have Mac fever?
Yeah, if I knew how to throw this up. Here we go. Yeah, right here. As you see, we got this is all 4 selections. I guess they're taking a look at as far as who they might take. Which set of pepperoni nipples do you want to take in the draft?
Why is this one like the top right corner, like kind of toward in the middle? Like it looks like twice the size of the rest of them.
Yeah, that was accidental.
Get this dude out of here.
Just to show you a little bit more of a.
He's a follower too, bro. He's trying to do the Joe Burrow picture with the cigar, man. He's a follower too, man. He ain't a leader. He's a follower, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
He looks like he would smoke cigars more than Joe Burrow, though.
He looks like he drinks a lot of Bud Light and pizza.
Yeah. I don't know about Mac Jones, man. I don't know.
Goes to Chick-fil-A just for the French fries.
Yeah, what's his name? I'm gonna ask you every time because I never remember.
Macorkle. Is that all you had? You just had those pictures there?
That was it. That wasn't me. That was a leaked photo I found on San Francisco 49er Twitter. I can't credit that.
No, it wasn't, man. Shut up. Anyway, man. So you think it's gonna be Mac Jones then? That's the pick.
Man, I can't really say it's gonna be Mac Jones. I feel like that goes against everything. If they pick Mac Jones, I can't wait if they pick Mac Jones draft night, which, by the way, we're going to plug this a little bit. We're going to kind of be on Zoom reacting during draft night to, every pick. And man, if they pick him at 3,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still living in like absolute denial if this is not even possible. And that's how I end up, getting up in the morning by saying that that's not possible. Otherwise, I'd be out of it. But the truth is, man, is we don't know. And there's a lot of people coming out, like Lombardi came out and said some stuff, and Michael Silver, they have their opinions. But if you really dig into their tweets and what they're saying, they're like, yeah, I have no sources inside the 49ers. This is just what I'm hearing. So why do I care? Mm-hmm. Stop talking about Mac Jones, man, because it's driving me crazy. Every time I hear that name, it's the worst. So I think it should be Trey Lance is the pick. He can do everything that Mac Jones can do, and he can do other stuff. And some of the stuff that Mac Jones does, yes, Mac Jones does some things better, and Trey Lance does some things better. So if you both can do certain things, and this other guy can also do more things. Why don't you go with the guy that can get you more?
Yeah.
I mean, if we just go through our top 5 quarterbacks, man, like what do they all have in common? Every single one was mobile except for Tom Brady, and he's 45 years old, and he has a better arm than Mac Jones too. So that comparison sickens me to my core. His arm at 44 years old is better than Mac Jones is now at 23.
I'm telling you, and I was saying this earlier, that it is eerily similar to the Giants taking Daniel Jones.
Yes, but Daniel Jones fell to the Giants at what pick? 13?
5.
Oh, 5?
5.
Okay, that's silly.
He was supposed to be a second-round pick.
Yeah. I think most people have a first-round grade on Mac Jones, albeit like a late first, like in like 20s.
Was that the Drew Lock draft too? That was a horrible draft.
He was a second-round pick though, Drew Lock, top of the second.
Was that the same draft? Because that was horrible.
Might have been. Mac Jones, man. I don't know if you saw this Pro Football Focus. Now, I like Pro Football Focus. I think they do good stuff, but it's also like really numbers based and like, you know, there's little to no eye test going on here. Yeah, and they put his Pro Football Focus NFL player comp as just take a guess. You'll never guess
it. Mac Jones?
Yeah, they gave him an NFL comp. He's a starter in the league. He's above average starter.
Kirk Cousins?
No, it's Derek Carr. Derek Carr has elite arm talent. Let's just be real.
He's not mobile at all. Yeah.
No, Derek Carr can move, bro. Derek Carr coming out, I think he used to. I mean, I remember him at Fresno State, man. He was a plus athlete for sure. And he can still to this day, man, get out of the pocket, roll out, and make throws. I think Derek Carr would be like a dream fit for Kyle Shanahan because he wants a guy like, I know the kind of offense they run with Jimmy, but Kyle Shanahan wants to play action, 7-step drop and throw it down the field. That's what Shanahan wants to do. He throws these intermediate crossing routes because that's what Jimmy does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's in shotgun because that's what Jimmy likes to do from when he was at Eastern Illinois and with the Patriots.
Yeah, and the Patriots, yeah.
But he wants a guy that can roll out of the pocket and make accurate throws, which Jimmy can't really do.
No.
Mac Jones was not good at it.
But then why does he want? Why does Shanahan? Why are these reports saying Shanahan would prefer Mac Jones?
I don't know where these reports are coming from, and I don't really care who's saying it because I know that none of them have a 49er source. I mean, they don't. I think everybody just took the Chris Sims thing and ran with it because they were roommates in college 25 years ago. Like, I don't know, man. I'm worried that they're going to take Mac Jones. I don't think he's good enough to make that kind of pick for. He's a second round pick to me. He's a second round pick.
Mac Jones?
Mm-hmm.
He's no way. Yeah, he's going to be drafted in the first round. It also this year reminds me a little bit of like 2018 too, with all those guys. You know, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen. I think all those guys. It reminds me of a year like that because it's like everyone was like had a lot of faith in these like top 4 guys.
You know, there's rumors that Kyle Shanahan loved Sam Darnold. And what was that nonsense report that's like 1,000% not true that they offered a first for Sam Darnold?
Right. Yeah.
Like maybe a 2025 first round pick.
So no one knows what they're really talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like does Sam Darnold look like Mac Jones to you? No, Sam Darnold is an athletic quarterback, like mobile quarterback and athletic quarterback. Like we'll just differentiate here. Mobile is like Lamar Jackson, big time athlete playing quarterback. Athletic is like Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, can move around, scramble, throw on the run. Athletic guy playing quarterback.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold's an athletic guy playing quarterback. That is what Shanahan wants. That is not something that Mac Jones can provide. And while people can be like, oh, I hear all the time, like, oh, Mac Jones is a better athlete than you think. Yeah, in the pocket, like he can bounce his feet around and move in the pocket and flip his hips and all this stuff. But he is in no way, shape, or form capable to consistently drop back, play action, roll out to the right, roll out to the left, and make accurate throws, especially down the field. If you get that, it's going to be like a check down. So I just don't see the fit in Shanahan's offense. if you think that Shanahan's offense is what they run with Garoppolo, then yes. But that's not what Shanahan's run his entire career. Does this offense look like the Atlanta Falcons offense?
No.
No, it doesn't look like the Houston Texans offense with Matt Schaub.
Yeah, no.
So that's just not what he's run throughout his career. I don't know why you'd want to limit yourself with a guy who has limited physical tools when there's a guy like Trey Lance or even Justin Fields on the board.
And you said this a long time ago. You said this like when they first made the trade up too, that you don't trade up for the safe pick. And it sounds like Mac Jones would be like he's not, but it sounds like people think of him as the safe, like ready to start guy or something, like the low floor,
low ceiling, high floor,
low ceiling type of guy. So you don't make a trade up to 3 for that guy. You make the trade up to 3 for the high ceiling guy, the guy that has the potential,
Yeah, I think the analogy I used, bro, was if Barry Bonds has the day off, you don't pinch hit him to go up there and advance the runner with a bunt.
Yep. Yeah.
You don't do that. You don't swing for the fences just to bunt. Like you trading up to 3 was a swing for the fence. You don't then go take Mac Jones because you feel he's safer or more ready. And I don't even know where this more ready thing comes from, because we crushed Trey Lance for only having 17 starts. Crush him, right? That's his biggest flaw, right? I mean, that's why like he needs a year, he needs to sit, blah, 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 blah. How many starts does Mac Jones have? 17 starts, the exact same number as Trey Lance.
Yep.
Now I get it. Mac Jones is 23. He's been around football a lot longer. Trey Lance didn't even have a season this year, so it's not like he was out there practicing, but he was working with a quarterback's coach. I just don't see how you could say like, oh, Mac Jones is pro ready. I think Mac Jones is going to come to the NFL and he's going to have a lot of what happened to Matt Leinart, where Mac Jones has been surrounded by plus talent, NFL guys his whole career. And he's going to come to the NFL and be like, wow, everybody's this good. And I'm not that good. Like, I don't have the gifts these other guys have.
The only problem I have with that comp is Najee Harris better not be Reggie Bush, because I want to draft him.
Reggie Bush had like a 10-year career, had a 1,000-yard season. But
and then
like
year with Buffalo was like -3 yards, finished the season.
I just think that if you expect Mac Jones to come in and start for you, or you're picking him because he's pro ready, you're gonna have your world rocked a little bit. Just looking at the best quarterbacks in the league, man, they're all mobile. And if your game's not developed and ready to go, guess what helps you out? It's that you can move and you can get away from pressure and you can avoid sacks, and you don't have to just sit there and be like, oh, wait, that's not progressing like I had hoped. Let me look over here. Whack! Because you can't move, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I just cannot see what Mac Jones brings to the table that specifically Trey Lance doesn't. People say his intelligence is elite, his read progression is elite. Now, I don't really know how you can pick up elite read progression on film. I don't know how you can say that just because you see his head going like this.
Yeah.
That's not you could be, for all I know, you're getting off your read too quick. You looked at your read and didn't throw it. But Mac Jones is really able to throw to that first or second read every time. Mm-hmm. Trey Lance gets through his reads. I've really not seen, I can probably count on both hands how many times I've seen Trey Lance make the incorrect read. Mm-hmm. And that's at 19. Yeah. 19 years old. And people talk to like, oh, North Dakota State's the Alabama of division, whatever. Division 2, what are they? I don't even remember what they are. FBS.
Yeah.
That's fine. But even if you have more talent than the other teams, you're still not playing with NFL guys. It means you're making throws that Jalen Waddle comes down with, contested or not. You're not playing with NFL guys really anywhere. They have like an NFL level tackle, I think, but he's not like a high level. He's a second round pick maybe. So I'm just having trouble understanding what Mac Jones can bring to the table that Trey Lance doesn't.
The pros, yeah. I have a problem with that too, because you say stuff like he's intelligent and stuff. I'm telling you, I feel like he has no business being drafted as high as he does. There's something to be said that like a stat like a quarterback intelligence is always put, and I'm gonna go here, but it's always put on a white guy.
A non-athletic white quarterback that you want to be drafted high. Guy.
And that's why someone like Daniel Jones gets drafted higher, or why Mac Jones gets drafted higher than a guy like Trey Lance that can do literally everything he can.
Probably. How about Justin Fields? Got a scholarship to Harvard.
Yeah.
This guy has no intelligence, right? He can't process a playbook.
And he's got character issues or like maturity issues. What? That's the kind of stuff that gets tagged on.
What are his maturity issues? You know what I mean? You can't just go. I'd be like, that'd just be like me saying some blanket statement like McFerrin is stupid. Cody's stupid. What does he do that makes him stupid? Has he done something that makes him stupid? He just looks stupid.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's kind of like what's happening, man, because you're not saying anything. Oh, yeah, I heard he's dumb. Oh, I heard he doesn't take coaching well. What does he do that doesn't take coaching well? Because what I saw is that the 49ers asked him to change up his mechanics and play with his left foot back at his pro day, and he did it, and he excelled, and he worked at it, and even worked with the quarterback's coach that the Niners wanted him to. You know what I mean? So it's like, what did he do that makes you think he's immature or incapable of learning a playbook or processing information? Or that is so nonsense to me, bro.
Yep. We don't see it with Mac Jones. And somebody else can say tell us why he's better than Trey Lance or Justin Fields.
Yeah. Maturity issues for Justin Fields, but Mac Jones, I believe actually, I said one. He has 2 freaking DUIs, and these were during football season.
Nobody's talking about that either.
Nobody. Nobody. 2 during football season. I don't care if you're the backup. You can't be out drinking the night before.
Yeah, you're a college
whatever. Yeah, you're getting to go to school for free to play quarterback, not to get a pot belly.
Yep.
And look, I get it. He stepped on the field and he performed. That's fine. But is that like I don't know, you go out and you party during the year and you still get A's. Is that still behavior that you think is good or that's going to help you? Like, dude, you just can't do that. It shows a lack of commitment. And it doesn't help that you looked terrible at both your pro days. Mm-hmm. You looked bad, really bad.
Nothing there says draft me. None of it.
Nothing. Bro, nothing says draft me 3rd overall. His film does not say draft me 3rd overall. There's nothing about his film. No. For everything that you can say Mac Jones does, he's a good decision maker. He's very accurate. Yeah, I don't think he's very accurate, especially not down the field. I watch him make poor throws, and I watch his wide receivers stack up and body dudes and go and get the football. And it ends up looking like a post on the game film. When you watch the all-22, it's a terribly thrown ball because Mac Jones couldn't step into it and rip it with all his might. Mm-hmm. And he's inaccurate downfield, like maybe past 20 yards. I've seen him hit guys in stride, sure, but for the most part, I'm seeing him making bad throws if he's not able to just have a beautifully clean pocket. And guess what? The Niners offensive line, it's not great. It's not great. It's okay.
Yes,
but I think we had the most quarterback hits in the league. Yeah. We had some of the most hits in the league last year. Are you just keeping Jimmy so that he can get mollywop behind that line again, and then let Mac Jones come in next year when we can draft a new O-lineman? Like,
after rebuilt line, yeah.
Like I don't understand the thought process there. I just don't know what you're thinking there. I've just gone on a spiel about negativity on Mac Jones.
No,
that's why it should be Trey Lance. But the truth is, Trey Lance to me is the second best quarterback prospect in the draft. The arm, the athleticism, the decision-making, the processing, right? We're talking about that. I see Trey Lance process the field and make correct decisions consistently, playing with non-NFL guys. Granted, he's not playing NFL guys, but he's not playing with them either. The team's not undefeated this year. In fact, I don't think they're doing that good without Trey Lance. So, like, I know it's a good team, but he's not playing with NFL guys, and he consistently is making the correct reads.
Well, I don't know. Just like you, I'm excited to see what happens on Thursday, and then after Thursday, I'm gonna be, itching and dying for to see, for preseason. Actually, is there even gonna be a preseason OTAs? No, probably not.
No, there's going to be OTAs and stuff. I don't think there's like mini camps and stuff this year. Still,
because they don't want to do it.
Training camp. There will be training camp.
I can't wait. Like, I'm just that's gonna. I don't know. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see the new guys. Like, I feel like this year, I don't know. So many the quarterbacks, they have a lot of high expectations, even though some of them are going to be sitting. Maybe. I mean,
I don't think anyone's sitting except the Niners.
Yeah.
Unless they trade Jimmy, but I don't think they will.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, it's going to be an exciting year. Anytime there's like 5 quarterbacks coming into the league, it's exciting. And then there's guys like Kyle Pitts, and Pitts is probably or Chase. They're going to go to good teams, man. One of them's going to end up in Miami. Hopefully. We'll see what they can do with Tua. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting year. But yeah, I think that's it, man. I had my little Mac Jones rant, talked about Trey Lance. I got to get that off my chest. But yeah, so the next time we'll be on is going to be, we're going to do the draft, but we're not going to be live for the draft. We're going to go on, record some of our reactions, our thoughts live, and we'll clip those together for you guys and put them up for you on our social media. So remember, we have our Instagram, TikTok, on Twitter. So we got JkSports Podcast on Instagram, JkSports Podcast on TikTok, and Joey and K Sports Podcast on Twitter. And I'm really active on Twitter, so hit me up, give me a follow. But other than that, I think that's it. You got any other thoughts on Fields or Masvidal getting slept?
No, only closing thoughts that I have to say is, again, I want to thank everybody for checking us out. You guys are still checking us out, still listening to some of our stuff. I appreciate it. This is at the end of the day, we do this because we like it, man. This is fun. We like getting together, talking about sports, and whether people watched or not is, it is what it is. We love for you guys to check us out and hopefully say stuff to us. We got some big things coming up in this next month.
That's true. Yeah. Stay tuned, man. Yeah, we got some big things. We actually do some stuff in the works.
And I think hopefully sometime soon here we can start talking about baseball because our teams happen to be wicked good. This
maybe we'll hop on, man. We'll hop on, talk just baseball one of these days. It's just the draft is going so crazy right now.
Yep.
So,
but thanks again for checking us out, guys. Hopefully we see you later on this week when we continue our top 5 position player thing. What are we gonna do? Which receiver this week or running back?
We haven't decided, man. Why don't you check us out on social media? We'll let you know the day before. It's going to be running backs or wide receivers. Maybe we'll throw up a poll. So let us know what's up. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for watching and sticking with us. I'm Joey.
I'm Cody. Have a good week, guys.
See ya.